and welcome to Masters in Motion. I'm your proud host, Christine Dalgleish, and we're here on the beautiful traditional territory of the Lheidli T'enneh. Masters in Motion is all about seniors in sport. We'll meet some athletes who are striving for their peak performance, while others are simply passionate about what they do. And right now, we're going to show you how it's done. We are at the Elder Citizen Recreation Association, and we're in the basement where Kathy Hart, our yoga instructor, does a weekly session for the seniors in our community. And so we thought we'd catch up with her and just ask a few basic questions, if that's okay with Kathy. And so I'm going to ask her to start at the very beginning, and that is, how did you get started in yoga, Kathy?
Well, life is difficult. It really is, and sometimes we don't breathe very well, and sometimes we don't move very well, and sometimes we don't get out of our heads. And so I started going to a little yoga class just on by the river there, the little temple. And for the first time in my life, I would just lie down and do shavasana and move and breathe and feel more alive. And it really caught on. It really resonated it was like nothing I'd ever done before in my life. I was very athletic. I'd swam, I'd skied, I'd hiked, I'd done everything, but it was very, very physical. And to learn how to relax was something I'd never been taught or never learned. So that was the key to getting me in, and I was just hooked. I went and went and went, and then after probably a couple years of going to yoga classes all the time, I thought, I just want to know more. I want to know why that works, why we're doing what we're doing, and why we get this relief, right? And so it just carried me along, and I just kept taking classes and learning.
And then obviously there was a point where you figured you had gained enough knowledge to share it with others. And how did that start for you to get instruction?
Well, I went to Chinook Yoga I had monthly passes for a couple years, quite a few years. And then when I did the teacher training, the Soya teacher training with Carla Wainwright, I didn't plan to teach at all. I was flying back from Mexico, and as soon as I got off the plane and got home, I had an offer to go teach at the women's shelter, and I thought, perfect, this is divine alignment, off I go. I'm going. And that was where I got my teaching tools under me for the first 5 years. And then I upgraded with the yoga teacher training, did the 300. And then I've always been really interested in energy, why some people carry the energy down at their feet, some are just like straightforward through the center, and some people are very etheric. So a good yoga class will bring all that energy into balance and get us where we're feeling relaxed, at ease, and spacious. And don't we all need that without popping a pill or without, yeah.
Absolutely, Kathy. And the thing, too, is that Kathy and I have chatted before, and you mentioned the women's shelter and the people that, and I almost want to say treated, because it seems like it was life-changing tools that you gave them. Could you talk to me just a little bit about that?
Yoga is medicine. Yoga, it really is medicine. And it's self-sourcing medicine, so you don't have to run downtown and have to buy something to make you at ease or at peace. You can do it in your own living room, in your own home, wherever it is. And so that piece, teaching people simple, gentle little tools that can draw them back out of anxiousness or panic attacks. And when I started to teach yoga there, people were forced to their mat, so they weren't very happy, and they were just full on, you're not going to make me. And if they did soften and start to relax and start to breathe and start to move, their whole essence had changed, and they were happy and connected by the time, just to themselves first, so that they could connect with others. So it would bring them out of where they'd been and brought them to a new level of living. So
that's wonderful, because from a trauma-based life of just trying to survive to you giving them the tools to be able to literally just breathe and let go.
Yeah.
That's a huge connection you've made with them.
It is a gift, and it's a gift that we all have in our systems if we want to take the time and learn and feel it. It's so exciting that we can do it for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how important is it for us that are a little bit older? And, you know, I'm a firm believer in the if you don't use it, you lose it philosophy. And so I'm thinking that yoga is a beautifully gentle way to do that, to get started. And so you're here at ECRA doing that.
So we're mostly, 60 to 80 years old. But we do have some people that drop in. You can drop in even if you're 20 or 30, and everybody gets a benefit. It's not specifically an older class. When I first got asked to teach here, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to make it for really elderly people. And then I realized when I got here, it was like my old windsurf club that I'd sailed with, 30 years ago. And we're elders, but we're not really old, and we've all had fairly athletic lives. And we keep moving. So it's just been a gift to come and share breath and body work with people every week.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathy.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Masters in Motion, and maybe it's inspired you to move a little too. We'll see you next time.